Welcome back, campers. The setup is very weird. Anyways, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna be doing something that I'm very excited to do, and that is January wrap up. Basically, we're gonna be going through the books I read in January, if I like them, if I recommend them, and if I think you should read them or not. Let's get started. So this January has been a roller coaster because I have read so many genres in just 1 month. I think it's safe to say that I definitely got out of my comfort zone in January. So let's get started. Okay, first of all, we're not starting strong. We're not starting the year strong because we've got My Life with the Walter Boys. Now, I went in this book with like low expectations because obviously I think the author's style got better because I think this was like her first book or something. It was a Wattpad book originally, and I saw the Netflix series. Before watching it, I decided to read the book first. I wish I did not read the book first because it was just very not good. I mean, I went in with low expectations, but even I still, safe to say, 1 star. Did not like it at all. I felt like it had a lot of potential at a lot of times, and the potential just kept getting wasted. Not for me, definitely not for me, did not like it. It's basically a Wattpad book, but I feel like I have definitely read better Wattpad books at the age 12 than this book. So yeah, 1 star for me. Second book, The House Across the Lake. I read this book because Haley Pham read it and made a video about it, reading it basically. And I thought to myself, it's been a while since I've read thriller books. Let's read a thriller. It's been a long while since I've read like a thriller book, so I thought to myself, why not get into the thriller world? And I'm glad I did. I really like this one. I gave it a 4 star, honestly. I gave it a 4 stars. Woo woo. I don't know, I really liked it. A lot of people actually didn't like it because I read the reviews, and apparently I think it's the first time that this author kind of goes for a book with this style, if that makes sense. And that's the reason why a lot of people didn't like this book, but it was my first. This author is pretty popular, I think, in the thriller book community, but it was my first time reading a book by this author. And I don't know, I really liked it. I gave it a 4 star, so maybe if I read some of the other books, I'll rate them even, better. I'd recommend it. I really loved like the first part of the book, which is basically like, there's like a Taylor Swift lyric at the beginning of the book, and when I read it, I was like, I think I'm onto you, Riley. I think I'm onto you. So yeah, I like that. Next up, we've got Mistakes Were Made. Okay, I thought I wasn't gonna like this book. So I got this recommendation off of TikTok, and I don't usually like romances. I don't usually read romances, so I thought I wasn't gonna like it. I didn't hate it. I mean, I was expecting not to like it at all. I was expecting to like DNF it, but I didn't. So I give it a 3 stars, But should you read this book? Keep in mind that there is kind of a very noticeable age gap difference in this book. It's the main character's, she's in college. It's the main character's best friend's mother. So kind of like, I think a 20-year kind of ish, 25 maybe, I don't know, year like gap between them. So keep this in mind. If you don't like that stuff, do not read this book. But yeah, I rated it a 3 star. It wasn't the best book I read, but I rated it a 3 star because I did not expect not to hate it. Okay, Catching Fire. Hunger Games. Obviously love the Hunger Games. It was my first time actually reading the book. Everyone loves Catching Fire. I think the reason why this is everyone's favorite movie / book is because of the characters that are introduced in this book. Finnick. Finnick. So yeah, safe to say that I loved it. It was very heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching. The ending was... The Hunger Games franchise is something that is very close to my heart. I love it. I loved it. It's written super well. And there are a lot of details that aren't incorporated into the movies that I didn't know because at the time I only watched the movies. And I think that's amazing to read in the book. Especially like what goes on in Katniss's mind, I feel is very important, and her thoughts process. Like to me, that was like really cool to like be in Katniss's mind because it's written from the first perspective, which I love. First perspectives. Love it. So 4 stars. Next book is Daughter of a Pirate King, which I read with one of my dear friends, Lara, and we did a readathon, which is also on my YouTube channel. You can watch that. I loved that book. I gave it 4 stars. It was fantasy, and I feel like it was very descriptive, and it really drew a nice picture in my head. As I was reading the book, I felt like I was watching a movie about pirates. I love strong female characters, strong badass female main characters. Love them so much. So obviously I loved Alosa, the main character in this one, and I think it's really good. I'm gonna read the second book, I think, with Laura again. I rated this one also 4-star. I feel like if the book didn't like change my life, the best rating it's gonna get is 4 stars, I think. But I really loved it. Fantasy. I usually love fantasy anyway, with like a small subplot of romance, which I also really liked. I liked it. Very enjoyable. It was very fun reading it. I read it in like 2 days with Laura, so I'd recommend you to read it if you like fantasy and like not that much romance, I think, you know? If you like a good fantasy, if you like pirates, if you like strong female characters, read this book. Next book. The next book is On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous, which I DNF'd this one because I was not in the correct mental headspace right now to read this. But I kind of read like half of it, and I might finish it a day, but just not today. I think it's really beautifully written, but it's very, you know, it kind of destroys you a bit. It's very emotional. So if you like, I think it's a literary fiction, so if you like that, you can read it. Last book I read. 5 stars. 5 stars. I love this book so much. Okay. Lynn Painter, Betting on You. I usually don't like romance books at all. This was the exact kind of romance book that I had been searching for, because I don't like spice in my books, and this has no spice, like basically no spice at all. It's like so cute, and I love just cute books that are like fast-paced and just fun, and it has a lot of my favorite artist references such as Taylor Swift, Gracie Abrams, and Conan Gray. I really love it. It's like cute, like I'm not sure if it's short, but it's very fast-paced, so I loved it. It made me like so happy, like it made me giggling at 3 a.m. It made me like kick my feet and blush. I love this book, and I think you should read this book if you're into like cutesy little rom-coms. I will recommend this book to everyone because it's so cute and it's so nice. It's just so pure, I think. I loved it. And that is all for my January Wrapped. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any recommendations, book recommendations, always let me know, because I will literally read every genre out there. I'm a very diverse person, so unless it's a very spicy dark romance, I don't align good with those. But yeah, hope you're having a good day, weekend, whatever you're having, and be happy. Love you.